Hello again, welcome back in the next episode of the Galaxian control panel overlay reproduction file creation blah 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 blah. In the last episode we addressed a problem with the radius of the borders, which we will continue in this video. And in the last video we removed or we placed the new corner in top of the old corner and fixed it up in that way, and now it's time for the other three parts to complete it. Just cut out everything. You can see you can cut it out, place it on top, and the parts we need we join together. The parts we don't need we delete. And basically what we use is a basic shape to correct the problem that we had. And I see that I typed here something. And I'm talking about this part here. It looks like it's over all the width of the border, it's the same color, but I think it's a screening mistake in the past. So also time to fix that kind of mistakes, of course. And now it's finished again. You can see that it's one big path, which is correctly now on top of the other one. Time for the second one. Let's do the same. We make another new circle in the corner, exactly the same measurements, of course. 9 by 9, I think it's even 10 by 10, yeah. Same drill as before, place it on top, and we need to cut out this corner. So what are we going to do? We take a square, we cut out the circle in 4 parts. Cut it in 4 parts, and we have 4 little tools that we can use to cut out the black part that is too much there. Place it in the corner, on top of it, select them both, divide it, and in that way we use this little piece as a tool to cut it to the correct radius. I'd like to do many times another color so you can see exactly what you're doing. In the beginning I didn't do it. I used the same color, but it confused me in the end, so now I just select another color for the object that I'm using as a guide, which will make your life more easy. And you see it's every time a different color. I just pick a color, whatever it is. It doesn't matter what color it is, as long as you can see the difference. Well, nice corners here. Looks like everything is fixed. Also many times what I do is I create another layer and I put some squares just to keep the color values easier to pick. Because as you see, when you cut out things or and then the colors sometimes change to the foreground color or the background color, is just what you're doing, but it's easier if you have some samples ready to use the eyedropper, and then you have immediately the same and the correct color back again. That's the most convenient way for me to do. Now I'm placing the parts back in order, and I think it's almost done for that part. We need to make the text for the joystick and the button still, and I think we are going to do that now. Yeah, it looks like we are going to tackle that problem right now. Or problem is a big word, of course. Oh yeah, that's true. We need the squares. That was something I was going to now it's time to put some new circles there, because these measurements from the white parts that you see are the bolt heads, and we need to have the holes for the screws and not the bolt heads. And here you can see I used the black to immediately put back the correct values for the black again. And now it's time to create the correct size of the text of the button and the joystick. This is just trial and error, of course. You need to move it around a bit and put it in the correct order. And change my mind for the character that the font gives to me, so I'm just going to recreate it from scratch. Take a part that looks a little bit like that shape, put it back, put it in there, and it's together with a square box, it will make this character very nice. It's not difficult, it's just taking a lot of time and fooling around and checking and adjusting it. Many times when I'm busy, I continue, I look later at it again, I see, yeah, I need to change this a little bit, or I need to change that a little bit. Just adjusting the things that looks incorrect to me, or not good enough, or things like that. It's the same for this. As you can see, when you change the transparency, it's a different character, or it's the same character but a different shape. It takes some time to get it right. And even if it's adjusted, still sometimes it's not right. But if it's acceptable, why not? As you can see, I just try eyeballing it as good as I can. Same for this, but in the end, here we have a problem, of course, because there is no original text. So I just try to space them out as equal as this one's. I'm trying to see if that is a little bit in the same distance from each other, and yeah, in the end it's just a guess if it's okay, yes or not, because I'm not sure. It's just not sure. I don't know what is under there. I cannot adjust something that I don't have a preview of under it. Well, same story for this one, which is also a little bit tedious. Putting it in order. Size, change the size, put it in top. And I see that character is exactly the same used as there, which I just adjust. So I just copy it here and I put it in order. And it's again, it's not difficult. It just takes some practice, patience, time, and just don't give up. That's all my advice what I can give. Don't give up too fast. As you can see here, it's it's not fitting correctly, but with a little bit of adjustment. Also, all these letters just takes a lot of time and adjusting until it's right. So I'm going to fast forward again a little bit. As you can see, this video, that the original recording is already 2.5 hours of fooling around with settings, letters and things like that. Here I took a break because it was time to start the next part. The letters will be in the correct position, everything looks okay. Copy the boxes from the 1 and 2 player button, which will be then which will have the same height and things like that. Again, same here. Take the adjustments, a measurement to see where it need to be, where the frame need to be stopped, and the outside border, of course, and that looks like it's never been destroyed. Same for the fire button or the joystick. I'm confused because I cannot read Japanese. Same as for this part, also going to extend it, take the measurement from the beginning and make sure that the paths are correctly and the same in comparison to the other one. Place it again in the correct position in our file, and it looks like it's almost done. Just checking if this size is also the same. Now I'm going to move that box like we discussed earlier, because it is touching the button, which now is just a little bit more fixed in that way. And here I made a mistake, as you can see. The distance is not correct, but I caught it before we bring everything to the printer. So just checking here if the size is the same, and it looks like it is, and it will be continuing in the next video. See you guys then. Bye bye.